Today I'm here to teach you about rhetorical sentences. Rhetorical sentences contain 4 different types of sentences, which are periodic, cumulative, hortative, and imperative. And I'm going to tell you about all 4. A periodic sentence is a sentence that withholds the main idea or the independent clause until the end of the sentence, while a cumulative sentence is a sentence that tells you the main idea or the independent clause right at the beginning and then tells you about it after. A good example of differentiating between the two is: in opening minds, instilling values, and creating opportunities, education has no equal. This is an example of a periodic sentence because the independent clause of education has no equal is at the end. But the difference between a periodic and cumulative is that the main idea is at the beginning. So in the sentence, education has no equal, in opening minds, instilling values, and creating opportunities is a cumulative sentence. Now, a hortative sentence is a sentence that exhorts, entreats, implores, or calls someone to action. And an imperative sentence is a sentence that commands, instructs, or urges someone to do something. This could be as simple as telling someone to tie their shoe or just going to school. But the difference between these two sentences is the amount of necessary action. The imperative sentence is usually a lot more serious in life or death matters, while hortative is just more words of advice in general. Now, the effect of rhetorical sentences could differ depending on if you're using a periodic or a cumulative sentence or a hortative or imperative sentence. If you use a periodic or a cumulative sentence, you would be using it to describe or teach someone of something, and you would be giving them a greater knowledge of what you're talking about. But if you're using a hortative or imperative sentence, you'd be instructing someone what to do and helping them live their life better by doing what you tell them to do. Yeah. Some examples of different kind of sentences can be found in these 3 texts. First, in Sinners Are the Hand of the Angry God by Jonathan Edwards, he states, "Therefore, let everyone that is out of Christ fly from the wrath to come." This is an example of an imperative sentence because Jonathan Edwards thinks that it is necessary for people to come to God in order to survive. And he is urging them, or telling them, that they should flock to God in order to survive. The second example can be found in the interesting narrative of Ula da Aquino, in which he states, "At last we came in sight of the island of Barbados, at which the white men on board gave a great shout and made many signs of joy to us." This is an example of a periodic sentence because he states that the white men were in joy at the end of the sentence, therefore stating the independent clause of main idea at the end of the sentence instead of at the beginning. And the last example can be found in Patrick Henry's famous "Give me liberty or give me death" speech, in which he states, "Let us fight, let us fight." And that is again an imperative statement because he's trying to convey to all his fellow patriots that they should try and succeed from Britain in order to become a greater country and survive in the end. Very quick overview of the 4 different types of rhetorical sentences: periodic, cumulative, hortative, and imperative.